everybody, welcome back to Kelsey's Creative Food Channel. It's been a while, so we have a lot to talk about. Finally made it to Georgia. Love our new place. Got a new job and loving it. But I decided to do a video today. What we're gonna do is pork chops, fried pork chops, and some really good homemade mac and cheese. So I saw this on Facebook, so I really want to try it. It's called buttermilk pork chops. And I'll show you all the ingredients that we're going to use for the pork chops and the homemade mac and cheese. So these are all the ingredients that you're going to need. So Fiesta or Mexican blend cheese, cheddar cheese, evaporated milk, and noodles, salt and pepper, and that's going to be for the mac and cheese. For the buttermilk deep fried pork chops, we're going to use buttermilk, of course, pork chops. And my sister Samantha actually showed me to use Old Bay with pork, and it gives it a great flavor. So I'm going to try it. Typically, it's just salt and pepper. So if you don't have any of this, that's fine. Salt and pepper will do just fine with your buttermilk. But yeah, so let's go ahead and begin. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and put it on 5. And we're going to start heating up the oil. Show you about how much oil we're going to put in here. So again, we're going to deep fry it. So I'm going to put a good bit in here. So once that starts sizzling, we'll throw the pork chops in there. And then as far as macaroni, it's just like if you're cooking top ramen or whatever, any type of pasta, just throw whatever type of, however much water. I usually add a tad bit of salt to my water so it starts boiling a little bit quicker. Once it starts boiling, I'll put the top on with the noodles and cook it for a half. Oh yeah, you gotta have flour too, and I didn't show that, so just one moment. As you can tell today, I'm a hot mess. Just got off work. I really wanted to post a video. I haven't posted probably in the last month and a half since I've been off. Well, since we moved from Oregon. So we'll get started. Let's go ahead. I'm going to lower this so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and add our flour. You don't have to measure. Just enough to cover the plate. That's probably good. Yeah, that's good. I'm going to do 4 of them. 4 pork chops. So what has everyone else been up to? Let me know. We're just trying to figure out life here and don't know nobody, but it's okay. It's been peaceful. Very peaceful. All right. And then on this plate, I'm going to add our pork chops. And don't you worry, I've washed my hands many different times. I like the premium cut pork chops. I don't really like the dark meat. Typically, I don't get the bone in either, but I did this time. I know the man loves bone in. So, we'll do 3 right now. So you guys can see this better. Won't be able to see my face, but you can at least see what I'm doing here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and throw in my noodles. Just going to use 1 box because my water is boiling. And I have it on high, and I'm going to turn it down. I just like to turn it on high to get it let it start boiling, and then I'll turn it down to medium high. Let's see here. Looks like we'll cook those between 8 and 10 minutes. So I'll set a timer because I get busy in the kitchen. All right, so we're gonna season our meat on both sides. We'll sprinkle a little bit of this, well, good amount of Old Bay seasoning. I'm gonna add some onion powder. And it doesn't have to be name brand or anything, just whatever. And just a little dash on both sides. Garlic powder. Some pepper. And a little bit of salt. And why I say a little bit is because that Old Bay seasoning has salt in it as well. Also, Old Bay has like paprika or something. It's a little spicy. So, if you have little ones eating, I don't know if you want to put it on theirs. I would try it out before. Again, this is my first time making this recipe, so we will see what it tastes like with the Old Bay. Jiminy crickets. These noodles are liking to. All right, so we're gonna flip them over, like I said, and do a light season on the back. My goodness, what is going on here? I'm literally on low and it's still boiling over. All right. How about our salt? Bam. We are good with our seasoning. Set this aside and I'll put the onion and garlic powder and Old Bay up. Won't need that again. Okay. Now, time to add the buttermilk to our pork chops. And it looks like this plate is too small. So I'm going to take one of the pork chops and put it in a different plate. The reason I say that is because we're going to pour the buttermilk right over the top of these pork chops. And why we're using buttermilk is because it will stick real well on the flour. So, ooh, we are splashing. I love buttermilk. Doesn't that just look so good? Alright, so this is the buttermilk. And then we'll dip it in our flour. Trying to do this all one-handed. Make sure there's a good coat because I like that crispy, crunchy taste, and that's what we're going for. And then what I would do is put a lid on for about 5 minutes, flip them over, and check them and see if they're done. And that's about it. My noodles are done, so I just got them rinsing, and then I'm going to go ahead and put them in my bowl and mix all my ingredients. And I'll show you what we're going to go ahead and throw in. Look, y'all. This is what some good old deep fried pork chops should look like. I flipped them. They're perfectly golden brown. And now we'll just go ahead and set the timer for another 4 minutes. Now look at this. That looks so amazing. We're gonna go ahead and toss up the next two. Again, buttermilk biscuit, seasoned it, and then we're gonna drop it right in the flour and make sure it gets good and floury because we want it to be breaded and crunchy. We've already added the black pepper. We'll add 3 teaspoons of butter, unsalted, half a can of evaporated milk, 2 tablespoons of sugar, some salt, and we'll add 2 beaten eggs. And then what we did is we did a half a can of the evaporated milk and cheddar cheese, Cambells, and put it in a pot with 2 heaping handfuls of Fiesta blend or Mexican blend cheese. And then we'll go ahead and add this to our bowl as well. Hon, will you record me real quick while I'm doing this? Here, babe. So look at that consistency. It's nice and smooth. Look at that. That is so beautiful. So once we get this blended, we're gonna add it to our pots. We have little Dutch pots. We'll put it in the oven for 350 until it's golden brown. Once I add them to the little dishes, I'm just gonna sprinkle just a little bit on top. I guarantee if you make a pot of this, your kids will eat it up so quick. You won't have to force them to eat dinner. Like mine. Mine is so picky, but I guarantee if I made this for him, he would eat this up so quick. And I really don't have a time of how long you're going to put it in the oven. I'm just going to cook it on 350 until the top's golden brown. Now I will show you after everything is completed what it looks like. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is our aftermath of our mac and cheese. Like I said, I haven't made this before, so we cooked it on 350 for 30 minutes, and then what I did is broiled it on low for about 2 minutes, and I just kept on opening it to make sure that it wasn't over browning. But this is what it looks like, and I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and start eating. Look at that, some buttermilk pork and homemade mac and cheese. And then I had leftover yummy sauce from hibachi, so I'm gonna dip it in that, which is like mayonnaise based, but I'm sure you all know what that is. But let's go ahead and begin to eat. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. You guys gotta try this. I'm telling you, I'm not lying. I don't lie. But this right here was just how I tasted it in Florida. Oh, it's so good. And the kiddos would definitely like it. Like I said, it won't be wasted. That's all I can say. So like I said, we left about a month and a half ago from Oregon, went to San Diego, and I can tell you I would live there. San Diego has the best weather. The beaches are beautiful. But I can tell you one thing that really upsets me, and I don't want to get too far into this conversation, but I'm sure everyone knows with the whole pandemic going on, some people think it's a political thing and others take it serious, like myself. And I'm in the health, care. And so I see it firsthand. These people that are sick, especially this week, I just started at the hospital where we're living. And it's just so sad. These people are trying to, fight for their lives. And then they got other people like I'm talking about in California that are just all over the beach, no social distancing, don't wear a mask, and it's acting like there's nothing going on. The only reason I was down there is because we were driving around just to see, the views and whatnot. But we didn't get out, and we just didn't. We didn't go down to the beach. We were just looking on the outskirts there. But I just feel like, even if you don't believe what's going on and you do believe that it's just a political thing, it's just like, for other people, why not wear your mask? What is it gonna do? Is it gonna hurt you? It's not gonna hurt you. If anything, it's gonna keep you safe. But I get, some people seeing it another way, and I have a very open mind, and I see from every point of view. Of course, I have my own beliefs, but it is what it is. And anyways, like I said, I didn't want to get too far into it, but it just like hurt me seeing what's going on. But anyways, after we left San Diego, went down to Phoenix, Arizona, and I visited my cousin down there. That place, I could never live during the summer, but again, we drove around, went sightseeing in the car, and it was beautiful, so beautiful. I would love to go during the winter time, because I think that place would just, it's so pretty there. After we left there, another 15 hours, went to Oklahoma. Don't think I'd ever go back to Oklahoma. Oklahoma is dirty. When we were driving through the city, people were just like in the middle of the road. Middle of the road, and I say middle of the road, but just like homeless people in the middle of the road, just doing what they're doing, talking to themselves, and it was just crazy. But it was, it was an experience, and I appreciate every experience that I have in life. Something you don't know about me is I did move to Mexico after I had my son. And that was a very humbling experience. I would never take it back. I was very broke. Didn't have $1 to my name. But I went there because my son's father's from there, and he was working on his immigration paper. And I didn't know Spanish at all. And I lived there. We rented a house, and it was very humbling. I learned how to wash my clothes by hand. But anyways, I'm just trying to say that I don't judge being homeless, and I don't judge. It was different from where I'm from. I wouldn't go, I wouldn't go back. After we left Oklahoma, we got to our destination, Georgia, and got all moved in. The next week, we went down to see my boyfriend's family in Florida, and Florida was beautiful. But again, we run into the same situation. No social distancing. It's just like, why not? Like, these numbers are just, they're not going down. It was so sad. Like, I think it was in March or April in New York. I was watching the news, and they had a semi that pulled up to the hospital, putting bodies in the semi. And I went to work and told my supervisor, like, how serious it was. This is before they had us go home to work. And she's like, that's not happening in the U.S. And I'm like, dead serious. So I pulled it up on Google and I showed her, and she's like, oh my God, you know, I would have never believed you. I thought it was like a third world country type situation. And I was like, no, this is going on in the US. This is serious. After that, I didn't go to work for 2 weeks. My son was taken out of school, didn't have childcare, all that stuff. But also I was scared. After seeing that on the news, I'm like, this is some serious stuff. And then I got where I am, and where I'm currently residing here in Georgia, and I got a job at the hospital. I've always been in the medical field, but I went to the hospital, and actually I'm scared again. But, nothing's for free, and we got to pay our bills, and we're not being paid to stay home, so all we can do is just ride it out and be as safe as possible. Just go to the store to get food and come home and, stay inside as much as possible. I know it's killing us, and we've been going through it for such a long time. But anyways, that is enough about the what's going on in the world. So about the traveling experience, though, I can tell you it's been fun, and that's why I haven't posted anything. And I told you I would post as I was going, as I was going to every state, but it was just so hard. I had my son, the dog, my boyfriend, visiting people. There was just no time, and putting a camera in front of all your friends is intimidating, because how are they going to feel and what are they going to think? So I didn't do it. I will put something together as far as like a collage goes, so you guys can see different places, because I did take a lot of pictures, but it was a lot of fun. Being here in Georgia, the pace of life is so much slower. I like it though. I really do. And I was super nervous coming to this little town, a little country town, because there's nothing here. But the people are absolutely amazing. With this new job, I was so nervous. I couldn't sleep the night before, but I went to work, and I was still nervous. I was very shy. I kept to myself. The second day I started warming up, and today I really warmed up and started talking to the people, and they are so nice, so caring, and I've already been invited to like a church event, so I think me and my hubby are probably going to attend. It's a drive-up church event, so social distancing. But I want to meet new friends, and I do want to go back to church. I used to go to church, but it's been quite some time now. But everything's fallen into place. I'm super happy. I was really nervous leaving my family. But when things, I believe, are supposed to happen, everything falls into place without a struggle. And getting everything transferred, like, oh gosh, registration to your car, medical, all that stuff, has been very easy. And I was telling, Domain that, I feel like everything's fallen into place. It's meant to be. I feel like we're more happier as a couple here. The sunshine, I think that has a lot to do with what's going on. It's always sunny here. I know we're going through a tropical storm right now. It's only been the last couple days rainy, but we need it. Our plants need it. Oh yeah, I started a little garden too. But anyways, it's just so beautiful here. It just makes you feel so happy to get up and want to go to work, to want to do good, and to want to have good things in life. So I just want to say it's been great. It's been great. If you guys all wanted to know, I'm in my little guest room where I'm going to be doing my little, if you want to call it, mukbang. But I will definitely be doing a lot more. But yeah, my hubby, I think he's a lot happier being over here on the East Coast as well. Again, the sunshine. But also, he's from the Caribbean, and we like to cook, as you can tell. And he's a very good cook too. I think I've told you guys that a couple times. But his type of food is down here. We went to the Caribbean store when we left Florida. And I've never been in a Caribbean store. I mean, it was amazing. And the food that they have there is so good. So we just like literally filled up our cart, got coolers full of food, and, you know, stuffed ice in there, and drove, you know, to our house, which was hours and hours away. But it worked out. Even though it's getting cold because I talk too much. It's so good, guys. This is like so good. I have yet to get into the buttermilk pork chop. I can't talk. I hear Jermaine out there washing his dish, so he's probably already finished his. Look at that. Yummy. Yummy, 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 yummy. Isn't it? That pork chop is so good. So last night, before I went to bed, I was on Facebook and I found this Southern grandma. She has a little Facebook and she does, I don't remember her name. What did I tell you guys? I just found her last night. And she does Southern cooking, and we're down the South, so I want to learn a couple of recipes. And this was one of them, and it was so easy. Just salt and pepper. What she used was just salt and pepper, the buttermilk. What was it? Salt and pepper, buttermilk, flour, and the pork chops. Just like I did. I added more seasoning. I did the Old Bay seasoning, onion powder, garlic powder. But I love seasoning, so. And it turned out really good. But I was saying before about not adding the Old Bay to your kids' pork chops. Do add the Old Bay. It's not spicy. No. Not spicy at all. I can hear my dog outside the door. Probably think I'm gonna feed him, but I'm not. The yummy sauce is good, but it's really good without it. Let me just tell you, this is a Southern cooked meal right here. I'll be making this again. Also, I want to let you guys know, whoever's lost their job, first off, I'm super sorry. I know this has to be the worst time of your life right now. But I had to quit my job to move. When I did, I was scared to go back to work when I got down here because of what's going on in the world, the pandemic. And so I started, I I went on Indeed.com and typed in remote jobs from home. There is so many remote jobs that they're posting because a lot of companies are going virtual. Oh, I want to put my finger in my mouth, but I'm scared. So go on there. Customer service. Some of them have, you don't have to have no experience, maybe 6 months on some, but there is so many jobs out there. Customer service, virtual, or just type in virtual jobs or remote jobs, and you guys will see so many that comes up. So many. Throw yourself a little resume together and post it on Indeed. Customer service, or whatever it may be that you're in. Look for remote jobs, whatever type of work field that you're in. Obviously, labor, you're not going to be able to do that. But if you're, willing to switch over to something just to make some money and make ends meet, look on that. There's so many jobs from home right now during this time. So give it a shot, because I can't, I'm not in your position. I don't know how you're feeling, but I can only imagine. I've been there where I couldn't pay my bills and at all, and it's the worst feeling. It's gut-wrenching, and I'm just so sorry. I wish I was rich and I can help people and build a big old mansion just to put rooms in there so everyone can, be there while they're looking for places or saving up or whatever it may be your goal is. And if I ever get there, I guarantee I'm buying a huge, huge building and making it all into rooms and giving back to the community. But anyhow, back to what I was saying. Go to Indeed, virtual jobs, remote jobs from home, and you will find them in your area. Promise you. The only reason I didn't go with a remote job here is because the position I accepted paid more than I was finding on Indeed. But so I took that position. Now, do I think it's worth it getting sick doing it? I don't know. But I'm hoping that they're going to be sending us home here soon. Oh, I didn't tell you. I feel like I've been spoiled this summer. I've just been traveling. I also went to Hilton Head, South Carolina. I used to live there. That place is just so beautiful. Also went to Savannah. Another beautiful place. What I was looking at is fat. I can't handle fat at all. And the only reason why I've got these ones with the bone in and a little fat, I already know, I always tell you, Dwayne likes his meat with the bone in. So for my hubby, I do it. But if I touch it in my mouth, I have to spit it out. The only thing I'll eat with that is oxtail. I tell you, if you get someone to cook it right, like my man, you'll eat it too. It melts in your mouth. It's not gristle, or however you say that. Don't make fun of me. Chewy. It's good. So good. This breading is killer. Killer. Like I said, salt, pepper, buttermilk, and flour. That's all that was. Oh yeah, we're seasons Old Bay, onion powder, and garlic powder. My sister Samantha, my youngest sister, she's an amazing cook. Oh my gosh, that girl blew us out the water. And so fast, so quick. She always finds some quick recipe. But she's the one that actually got me into using Old Bay seasoning on pork chops. She does this, what is it? Dijon mustard pork chops. No bone. No fat. You fry them up. I don't even know. I have to think about the recipe, but maybe that might be another one because that is very delicious. And they're just small little pieces she does with a Dijon mustard. Oh my goodness, it's killer. You get to the end, so I know there gets to be fat places, so I'm just checking it out. Y'all probably thought I'm crazy. Alright guys, I am getting full. So full. I'm gonna edit this, or I'm getting full. I just don't want to waste it. It just falls apart. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. Keep posted. I'm gonna post more videos this weekend. Let me know, like I usually always say, if you want me to try a recipe. More than happy to try a recipe.